実は3月15日の3号炉の水素爆発が謀略の全容解明につながります。皆さんが毎日耳にする核汚染の原因は原子炉ではありません。核汚染は3月15日に起きた水素爆発と言われるものによって発生しています。確かに時系列を見るとこの日以降核汚染というものが上昇しています。じゃあその時に原子炉が破損したのか。おそらくこれは言うと皆さんって言うかもしれないんだけども、おそらく最初から燃料棒入ってなかったと思います。つまり燃料棒が原子炉に入ってないから、全然心配せずに安心してこの爆破をやったんだと思います。要するにこの映像日本のテレビでも流されたんだけど、音が消されてたんです。おかしいでしょ。水素爆発ってのは建屋の中に水素が充満して、それに何らかの理由で引火してポンと燃えたという説明だったわけです。であるならばポンでしょうか。なんでポンポンポンなの。爆破だよ、爆破。そしてこの爆破に私どもとしてはおそらくマグナ ＢSP が関わっていると思うわけです。これは意図的な爆破であって、ここでもって超小型の核爆弾を爆発させることによってさまざまな核物質が辺りに飛散したということであろうと。したがって汚染源は3号炉の原子炉そのものではない。汚染源は海底の核爆発と3号炉の小型核爆発であろうと思われると。でこの3号炉でなんでそんな小型核爆発をやったかというと、ここでもって原子炉から、核物質が漏洩しているということを偽装するために必要だったんです。ただあんまりたくさん漏洩しちゃうとテロリストも困るわけ。テロリストの仲間も死んじゃう。だからちっちゃいのをやったわけ。こういった謀略、とんでもない謀略を日本政府や東電がやるわけないだろうと思う人は世間知らずです。やって当たり前です。
Tokyo Electric had gone into the Unit 3 fuel pool just once. You remember that Unit 3 is the reactor that's blown to smithereens. The video showed a lot of damage, but Ian Goddard was able to find one spot that there's clearly something that appears to be discernible. It looks like the handle of a BWR fuel bundle. Now, Ian compares that bundle to other bundles which were looked at over in Unit 4, and it's pretty clear to me and a couple other nuclear engineers I've shown it to that this might be a single nuclear fuel bundle in the Unit 3 fuel pool. Now, it raises more questions than it answers. First off, there should be a lot of bundles there. Yet, obviously, there's only one in this picture. Where are the other bundles?
はい、わざと手書きで書いてみました。マグナ BSP。この会社の仕事、日本のすべての原発の安全管理を行う契約を請け負っている会社がイスラエル企業だったわけです。でこの会社なんですが、保安システムを設置したのが1年前、会社の設立自体は10年前、つまり、事故というかテロの1年前に保安システムを設置してるんです。恐ろしいね。マグナ BSP 社は約10年前に死亡人によって作られ、日本の原発全部の安全管理の業務を担当するという基本的な取り決めをした。なんで日本の原発でイスラエルの会社が安全管理するんですか。 安全管理じゃなくてテロ管理じゃないですか。まあ我々は正直言ってこう考えてます。マグナ BSP 社の役割は、一つにはコンピューターウイルスを送り込むことによって原発のクーリングシステムを止めてしまうという。クーリングシステムを止めると、当然ながら中の燃料棒どんどん温度が上がってきますんで、メルトダウンする、メルトスルーする、大惨事になり得るわけです。その第一歩がこのマグナ BSP によるクーリングシステムへのウイルスを送り込みだと思うんです。で次、事故から数日して、第3号炉で水素爆発があった。ところがこの水素爆発、どう見ても水素爆発じゃないんですよ。水素爆発っていうのは建屋の中に水素が充満して、それに火がつくことを言うんです。そうするとどうなりますか？ボンで終わりなんです。ボンで。ところがそうじゃないんです、現実には。
Yes, Israel wrote a virus called Stuxnet, and this virus was specifically designed to go in and attack industrial control systems. And what it does is it makes everything go haywire on the machinery while keeping all the readouts that the operators can see normal. And the machinery can go totally haywire. Stuxnet will go into a system and learn what normal looks like.
Yeah.
So it sits there in idle mode for months or however long they want it to learn this system. In the case of Fukushima, Stuxnet was planted in that system for about 4 months. It learned that when the operators pull the control rods out, that the temperatures are going to drop at this rate in this way, that when they put them in, it's going to rise in this way, the pressures are going to rise, the turbines are going to speed up, or not speed up, but put out X amount of current. So Stuxnet sat there and learned everything that the operators at that facility did over a 4-month period. The company that planted it was called Magna BSP. I mean, I have them nailed. I got a picture of the nuclear weapon that they planted in the facility. What they did was they sat there in Israel. They triggered this tsunami, and they sat there in Israel waiting for the tsunami to hit. The reactors did automatically scram right when the earthquake hit, because it's like these nuclear facilities are set up to be inherently safe. So if anything like seismically happens or anything electrically happens, the reactors automatically go into standby mode. And this happened at Fukushima. Well, what happened about 40 minutes after, when the tsunami hit, is they shut off the generators. They managed to get a remote internet link into the reactor room, and this was reported in the Jerusalem Post. This company, Magna BSP, which had its unrealistically huge nuke camera inside the Fukushima facility, also got an internet connection to that camera and to the guts of that facility that was in place all the way through the disaster. And they used, either Stuxnet ran in automatic mode until everything blew up, or they administered Stuxnet until everything blew up. The camera was specifically designed to give them radiation readings and temperature readings off the reactor. So they knew when enough mayhem had broken loose to provide plausibility for an explosion, and they set it off. If you look at it says, this is a massive and technical report. If you have troubles understanding it, just look at this classified picture of the vanished reactor. You click on the vanished reactor link, and it'll pull up a diagram, or a little bit of a diagram of the guts of Fukushima and how it's put together. I've got an arrow pointing to where they had the nuclear weapon placed. If you scroll down to the bottom of this picture, you will see an actual photograph of the actual nuke they got into Fukushima. It's right down at the bottom of that picture. And
okay.
it was disguised as a stereoscopic camera. I have 2 diagrams of gun-type nuclear weapons up against this thing that they got in there. It's obviously a match. If you scroll to the Fukushima from above, on the upper left-hand corner, there is a box that says TEPCO stated that reactor 4 was defueled and had no core in it and was undergoing replacement of its internal shroud. All the wackos said it was enriching plutonium because it blew up. This picture clearly shows, and when you look at this picture, you can really clearly see it. And this is why these pictures are not out in the public. If you look in the upper right-hand corner of this facility where the first green arrow is pointing, you can see that there's a yellow dome sitting there with the cross-linked jib, you can see the jib that the crane hooks up to. That dome was off that reactor. And then you can look straight down at the throat of the reactor and see that it's completely empty, as TEPCO stated. Well, what this means then, these walls on this containment structure are more than 4 feet thick, solid concrete. So what blew them out? What on earth was in that facility? If the reactor didn't do it and the fuel pool couldn't do it, there's no way the fuel pool can do it. If the reactor didn't do it and hydrogen couldn't have done it, what did it? Why? So what we have here is Building 7 on 9/11, which collapsed at the World Trade Center even though nothing hit it. This is Fukushima's Building 7. You can jam it right down the throat of the official story. You can look at this picture. You know that it couldn't have blown up just by looking at what's here. This is the most damning picture out at Fukushima. It is absolute proof that the lie. Now, there's another picture. The other super high resolution picture is Fukushima from the front. What I want people to look at here is reactor 3. In the center of this picture, there's a box that says NHK, CNN, and others have refused to show you this. Why? Because reactor 3's dome should be sitting here, and there's about 30 feet of empty air below that where there should be a reactor. Reactor 3 is blown away, and that is why they won't show you this. Okay. Now,
okay, so how, I mean, just, can you stop right there? So reactor 3 is blown away by what? By the nuke?
Yes, this one, building number 4, reactor 4, when they got 2 nukes into this facility. Reactor 4, when the nuke went off, it wasn't under pressure because it disassembled. But when the nuke went off on reactor 3, it was at least 3,000 psi, maybe 5,000 psi. It was made to run at 1150 psi. All the emergency relief valves kick in at 1050 psi. It's designed to run, and at 1110 the relief valves kick in. Those are the specifics that the reactor engineers told me. They said there's no way that this reactor system could possibly explode because the relief valves, unless they are told to stay shut by the control room, they will automatically open. And no matter how bad things get in that reactor, they will release all the steam that fuel is capable of producing. So you cannot get above a certain pressure if the relief valves are not being tampered with. So
okay, but they were being tampered with, right?
Yes, they were being tampered with. So if you look on the very far right paragraph, it says, one very important point, reactor 3, which is obviously missing, is still getting normal temperature and pressure readings to the control room. Can you still hear me? It's really loud.
Yes.
Okay. It's still giving normal temperature and pressure readings to the control room. This would not be possible absent a controller that was infected with Israel's precious Stuxnet virus, which keeps all readouts normal both until and after everything is destroyed or blown away. So for months, with this reactor sitting here obviously vanished in the picture, they were getting temperature readings, pressure readings, everything normal readings in the control room from this reactor when it wasn't even there.
Wow.
This is proof of the virus. Right then and there, that's absolute proof that there is a virus in that system. There's no way you can get around it.